to the 90s Simply the Best, where we showcase two games from a great decade in rugby league, the 1990s. In this episode, we showcase a pair of World Club Challenge matches, and we start back in 1994 with a great English champions Wigan making the trip down under to take on Australian premiers, the Brisbane Broncos.
Sit back and enjoy now. $400,000 winner-take-all, the World Club Challenge of Rugby League. The Australian premiers and the English premiers. And, of course, that's Glenn Lazarus coming up with the first carry-up of the game and taken by some heavy tackling by Wigan. Distance of this game, the 80 minutes and the 10-metre rule will probably have its disadvantages for both sides. Wigan with their layoff and their trip down here, and of course Brisbane with their heavy workload. So they've got contrasting reasons, I suppose, for having their worries about the last 20 minutes. Mark Hone, it is, playing the ball. Kerrod Walters just getting away from a would-be tackle by Frano Botica, but eventually wrapped up and put away. And a player in the headgear involved in the tackle, Phil Clark, who fills the number 13 jumper these days. The kick, not a good one. It went down to Offier's wing, and then Alan Langer tried to sneak away with it, but it came off the hands, and a knock-on has been ruled. Let's take a sideline comment from Gary Belcher.
Well, we see a very disappointed Kevin Walters limping off. There was some sort of left ankle injury. He's indicated to the trainers that it's not too good. He's straight in to see the doctor.
They can ill afford the loss of Kevin Walters, the Broncos, because many people, and I think Gary Belcher included, would agree he is very much the fulcrum off which they depend. This is Sean Edwards now.
And we're playing under international rules tonight, Ray, which means that Kevin won't be back. Once you're off tonight, you're off, and that's the end of the game.
So 25 metres out now from the Broncos line, an opportunity for Wigan, and Sean Edwards puts it high in the air. A good tactic in these conditions. A chance, a try! That's a try for sure, scored by Dennis Betts. McCallum gives the try, and Wigan get the first points.
Magnificent kick from Sean Edwards, but what were the Brisbane players doing, milling around, waiting for somebody else to catch? You see Edwards on the right-hand side of the ruck. Perfect kick to find space in between Saylor and Willie Kahn. They both let it bounce, and that took some ability from Dennis Betts to get the ball down with the one hand.
What about the confidence of the put-down?
Oh, great start. And this, I suppose, shows the problem with playing a specialist winger at fullback.
Wigan lead 4-0 with the attempted conversion. It would seem commonplace for this great goal kicker, Frano Botica. Straight between the uprights, and 6-0 the score in the World Club Challenge of Rugby League. Steve Renouf up a dummy half, but again Kerrod Walters scurries across to push him out of the road. And it's Alan Cam now who, as I say, Brisbane appeal for some more time to mount their defence on some allegations of a high tackle against Illawarra last Friday, and Can getting a last-minute reprieve to play in the game. Interestingly enough, Brisbane, I think, have pledged an equal amount of the monies that they will be handed as players to Trevor Gilmeister, should they win this match tonight. Gilmeister, of course, a member of the Premiership winning side in 1993. Kerrod Walters now for Langer. Langer looking for John Platt, and Langer puts on the accelerator. Renouf goes for the line, and Renouf is held out by great defence. Walters on for Langer. Langer puts the kick across the ground. Falling back to take it, Robinson. Not very big, he's very nuggety. 19 years of age, and he's played Test football. 40-metre line for Robinson, put away eventually by a couple of the Brisbane forwards.
The way he started this first 10 minutes of this game, he'll play plenty more Test football, Jason Robinson. Comes back into position, got good speed as Farrell plays the ball forward, taken by Walters. Really a lot more enthusiasm in the Wigan side. The support play is very good. The chase is good on the kicks. They go to the back line now, getting Clark involved.
This is Mather stepping through. He's got support with Martin Offier. He runs away from Offier and scores himself. Big Mather, 6'7" of him, converted from the second row to the centre. He treated Martin Offier with disdain. Looked at him and said, "You're joking, this is mine."
Well, I've got to say, if the first try was a soft one, this was probably softer, running the football. We just have a look at the Brisbane defence out wide as we freeze play there. Now, straight away, you can see they're staggered in defence. That's Steve Renouf back here. Langer's gone up quickly, And the Wigan numbers, as play continues, just means they've got too many players there. The step back inside ran off a very ordinary attempt. There's Martin Offia on the inside. But Barry John Mather, he did the right thing. He turned Wendell Saylor inside out.
He's an ex-rugby union player and he's been converted to the centres and he's got very good speed. What a great support player in Martin O'Fire if you make a break.
Bodica puts it over. Wigan leading 12-0. It's gone across now for Khan, working in closer to the player, to the ruck or the scrum, and that's O'Neill in from the back. So did you tell me he's gone back to fullback now, Julian O'Neill?
Yes, that's where he's dropped back to. So we've seen 3 fullbacks in the first 20 minutes.
Here's a good run by Wendell Saylor again. He's stamping himself on the game, and he puts it down. That's a magnificent piece of work. Only about 2 minutes ago, he looked like scoring a runaway try, and now he has sniffed out a blindside that was weak in defence, and he gets the first try for the Broncos.
Yes, they went to sleep there. You see the player on the ground. That forced Offia, who is the winger, to come in to cover the vacant marker position.
The decision day. Julian O'Neill from the sideline. Not too bad, but just one. So Brisbane on the board against Wigan.
It's a little bit interesting you talk about people being tired. Everybody's got, in Australia's got to realise that Wigan have just played 45, 46 games. They've been through the final of every game, every competition in England, and Wigan have been in the final. So Wigan have just come off a 45, 46 game season. So if anything, they're coming in a little tired, they're coming in a little jaded, but their performance is certainly great tonight.
John, you know them better than most. Just having a look at them, how are they travelling? How are they going?
Well, I think they're travelling very well. They're tackling pretty well, and they've put themselves in a position to win this game.
Robinson picked up the dregs. He heads off for the line. Saylor to beat. Does that and puts it down. Well, is he having a game or what? Jason Robinson. He'll be the mayor of Wigan.
One of the great things about both of these sides is their ability to capitalise on their opponent's mistakes.
Bodica, not a problem. Money's betting 3's on. He expects us to take it. It's all right if you got money, Money, when you're asking us to take the tomato sauce. Wigan 18, Brisbane 4 after 44 minutes now. Plenty of field to work in. 6 players with their heads down and their backsides up. It's a good time to attack, isn't it? Johnny Plath runs the angle. Willie Kahn joins him. Looks to unload, but good defence by the number 13, Clark. Johns gets inside the 20-metre line and beyond. So that's where they are. Back to the right they'll come. Andrew G looks at Mark Hone, but the defence looks at him. They put him away. 12 out. Walters on. In from Langer for Lazarus. Barging ahead. 7 metres from the line. The chance for Brisbane to strike back immediately. Kerrod. Now Alfie.
A great tackle, Sean Edwards, a try saver. That's the last. They've got numbers to the left.
G. The pass to ground. A touch Wigan. Johnny Plath. Johnny Plath a couple of metres from the line. The ball comes out the back. 6 more tackles. They must score. Hancock, did he get it down? McCallum is still restarting the tackle count with one arm. And has given the try, has he not?
Yes, he's given the try. He was just signalling that it was touched by a Wigan player. That meant 6 again.
Didn't have enough time to work out whether he was on the first tackle or the last, and O'Neill's kick goes wide. So the value of Bodica is starting to come to the surface more and more. 47 minutes gone. Wigan 18, Brisbane 8.
If the Broncos stay close enough to be within striking distance in the last 10-15 minutes, well, they're probably a chance to win the game as well.
Andrew G. He's been a tower of strength, Andrew. Now they reach the halfway. Khan uses Saylor. Turns it inside for the support play from Julian O'Neill. Not into touch. Tucked the legs up. Stayed in field. Langer. Mark Hone bursting into a gap. Turning it back. And the Broncos are 12 metres out from the line. Back to the right now for Chris Johns. Then for Julian O'Neill. And he goes into touch. thousands of people in the north of England in particular watching this on B-Sky B and loving it. 30-metre line now for Gary Connolly.
What they really need now, Wigan, is just some good play in the centre of the field.
Oh, this could bring a penalty, McCallum.
Yes, it will. No, he's knocked on.
What's he doing? Is he giving a penalty or the knock-on? I think it's the knock-on.
Let's have a look if this was dangerous or not. Off here, he certainly got buckled in the tackle. Driving in low.
Tackle 10 metres out, stays in the field of play. They've got a big field out there to the left. A sloppy play the ball. Kerrod Walters does it himself. Kerrod's tackled on the 5th. Saylor goes into acting half. Brisbane need to score. Langer's pass for Can. Can gets it away. It's play on for Johns. Now it's on for Khan. Now it's out for O'Neill. He gets it down. It's a Brisbane try. O'Neill in the corner. That's what he's got in front of him. Nothing new for him. None from 2 this time. Yes! A beauty for Brisbane. 18-14 down.
When you would think that it was just a simple task. Oh no, here's another mistake for Wigan.
Kerrod Walters now scheming, working wide. And Chris Johns looks at Saylor, says, come with me. And Saylor had a chance to bring us to 18 all. Played by Cowie, fed away by Hall. Boddicker works with Edwards. Turned back inside for Hall. Came on in the first half to replace his superior. Betts. Shouldered out of it. No penalty given by McCallum. Thought it may have been. Oh, was that a high shot? Yes, touch judge in.
Well, the touch judge, I think, has come in for the first.
I think you're right, Peter, because he couldn't possibly have come in on this high tackle because he was standing next to the tackler.
He did get out there very quickly, if it was for the second one, but I think you'll find it was for the infringement on Dennis Betts. The referee, I thought, was in good position, called play on. That's Betts on the last. Well, it was a shoulder charge, but I don't think the Brisbane defender could have got out of the way. And then the high shot here from Phil Clark.
MMI Insurance Worldwide. They sponsor this tonight. They sponsor Frano, Boddicker and Wigan and Brisbane and Illawarra. And 2014 in the match they sponsor in favour of Wigan after 69. Spun back into the arms of Langer. He looks for speed. Now he steps off his right. Chips the ball over the head. Offia falls back. And Offie is away from 1, 2, stands in 3, takes another headlong tackle. This time, let's see what he's going to do.
The ease that he got out of a problem situation for himself and his side, and that is a bad tackle.
The last play of the game, 17 for Brisbane, not listed. I think it's Dominic in a jumper that wasn't given to us. Saylor across the park. O'Neill throws it in desperation. Atchison to play the ball for Wigan. He doesn't have to. It is all over. And the Wigan players rejoice. They have won the trophy back again. For the 3rd time, they take the World Club Championship. 20 points to 14.
For our second game on this episode of the 90s Simply the Best, we go back to the year 1991.
I've just been listening at Penrith. They really wired up to win this one.
One kick to Hampson. And just look at the defence there from this Penrith side. Van der Voort up there very, very quick to Boddicker. Boddicker from the North Harbour over there in Auckland. But Monsieur Sablérol, another offside. He was very keen on this in the Ashes Test series that we had last season. This lad Kelvin Skerritt making a big bid for the Great Britain party to tour Australia this summer, and here's another man too who hopes to be on that trip, number 11, Dennis Betts. Wigan on the attack, Phil Clark. Great Britain under 21 skipper driving forward. Gregory at the helm, but Edwards coming back into play. And was there a hint of an off-the-ball tackle? Yes, there was. And one of the All Blacks who, but for his signing for Wigan, would have been facing England Rugby Union tomorrow afternoon. Botica then, 2 points. So Wigan, an early lead already from Frano Botica, 2 points, and I should think, Ross, that's a tremendous confidence boost. That's a good, strong driving run there from John Cartwright. Did a lot of damage on the last Australian tour. And already touch judge Mr. Tony Brown signalling a punch struck. And a penalty, yes, and a penalty again for Backchat.
Andy Gregory there getting away with that.
Good defence by Penrith. Good ball, good pass. Sam Panapa, powerful lad, played for New Zealand on the wing. And a penalty again. Just 30 yards out to the left of the posts. Kicking to the Wigan crowd. We'll hear the roar. That's the roar. It signifies the goal. The applause there behind the post. Wigan 4 points and Penrith Panthers 0. Good big crowd assembled here now. Well struck, very accurate.
Well, Bodica's going to have a shot from halfway, and he's the type of kicker that'll kick this.
Just likes to compose himself. Oh, it's well struck. It's an excellent effort. It just dropped over the bar, but no problems. It's another 2 points, and Penrith trailing even further. 6 points to 0 already.
Yes, it was a tremendous kick. Franco Bodica can kick these goals all day. One of the things you've got to realise back in Australia, that this field is probably about 5 yards shorter than the size of the fields back home. So although that was a good kick from here, back home he mightn't have quite made it.
But it's Wigan in possession. Good driving tackle there from Paul Dunn. It really is a very big pack. And again, he's telling them to get themselves up.
Obviously the two ball makers, but the most important part is on the Penrith bench. They are complaining bitterly about the referee, but believe me, the referee is a very strict man, and there we have another one, indiscipline off the ball, and that will be another penalty.
Well, I think really Penrith have got to get into the right atmosphere for this game. No problems for Botica. He'll accept those all day, or all night I should say. 4 goals, Wigan 8, Penrith Panthers 0. Barwick, a yard from the line. Steve Carter at acting half-back. Alexander, that's a good kick. It's a superb kick. Oh yes! Darren Willis. Superb kick from Alexander. And there the Penrith fans delighted. Picked out superbly by Darren Willis. Not the biggest of lads, but certainly one of the quickest. And here is that man Alexander, or Brandy Alexander, as he's affectionately known in Australia. His first kick of the match. No, and he misses it. So Wigan still in the lead by 8 points to 4. Dean Bell on the right-hand side there. Unfortunate. Edwards now. This is Wigan's best spell. Gregory looking for support. Good break to Gregory. To Botica. It's Panapa. Superb try. Sam Panapa but it was made by Andy Gregory. Delightful little pass. Will this be his 5th goal? It is. Another easy shot, an easy slot there from Botica. So Wigan now moving out even further, 14 points to 4 now. And Phil Gould, one of the most successful coaches in Australia, 3 sides in 4 years in grand finals. Probably not experienced an atmosphere like this here at Anfield.
He's looking a little bit more relaxed there, Ray, than he was a fortnight ago in the grand final.
Barwick, 23 years of age, another of these long, tall, striding backs for Penrith. That's a good tackle, crunching tackle there from Kelvin Skerritt. Good drive from Simmons, good play, but not perhaps the best of passes. Well picked up there by Steve Carter. A knock-on. And, well, he's adjudging that he was offside as Simmons picked it up. By Izzard. Edwards trying a little variety. Botica.
Yes, the reason for that, Ray, is the Penrith player had turned his back on the play, so he didn't actually charge the ball down. So the referee has correctly judged that it was a good tackle.
And that's Phil Gould, a very calm, very cool customer. I'm sure he's said to his side, move the ball around, and especially to that lad, Mackay, taking some pulling down this Paul Clark. Cartwright, good slip ball, but again lost. Lydon. Some ferocious tackling out there. This is one of the reasons why so much ball is being lost. Nothing wrong with that. You can shoulder tackle in rugby league, a genuine tackle.
Well, this is the first time Wigan have had the ball inside Penrith territory this half, so let's see what they can do with their 6 tackles.
And the roar beginning to come from the Anfield Cop here for Wigan. Clark trying to switch play. I think Wigan really, Ross, have got to move this ball wide. I mean, to tire this Penrith side out now, surely they must be tiring.
I think they are. Every time a Penrith player is tackled now, it takes him longer and longer to get off the
there's a penalty.
Longer to get off the ground.
And a penalty there, Mr. Sabley-Roll, signifying that Paul Dunn held Steve Hampson back. Ex-All Black, Botica. There's another one. Easy for Botica. 2 points. He'll pop those over any night of the week. And those Wigan fans will greet him any night of the week.
Penrith are making a lot of ground, but they haven't got the support play. They're making half breaks, and they haven't got that somebody to come off them and go to the other side of that Wigan defence.
Some very tired legs and tired minds, I think, out there from both teams. That's a good ball to Izzard. Now then, he's got support with him. But again, this excellent tackle there puts Bradley down. Quick tackle. Now then, there's an overlap here. This is good play from Alexander. Alexander again, desperate to keep this ball moving. And a knock-on. Can Penrith gain some consolation? Can they get a try? They've pressed long enough. Alexander. Oh, and a magnificent interception there by Sean Edwards. Now then, he's got Myers coming alongside him. He go all the way. That's a spectacular try. And that surely has buried the Penrith Panthers. They were game, they were daring, they've taken the game to Wigan in the second half. But Sean Edwards, the Great Britain halfback, he spotted the gap, he flew through it. Well, he hasn't, so Botica missing that kick, but I don't think Wigan will be too bothered at this stage. 20 points to 4. Every man fairly racing with this ball. Gregory. The long ball again to Botica. Nice turn. Hampson. Still going. Back to Botica. He's got Myers with him. Going for the corner.
Wigan haven't finished their scoring yet. They've all come alive. They've scored that one try and they just look like they've just come onto the field again. It's that adrenaline been pumped back into them.
I think, Alex, tremendous performance from Wigan.
Well, what a shot in the arm for British football. I don't think the Australians, when they sat on the beach drinking the Castlemaine, they'll really go down well. It might choke one or two of them, but what a great performance by Wigan.
And a cheeky drop goal by Joe Lydon. There it is, the final hooter. The Wigan fans rise in triumph. Joe Lydon puts the icing on the cake with that cheeky drop goal. Here it is, Ross.
Yes, I think it's a little bit cheeky, but there again, if you're going to win, you might as well win with style. And right on the bell, Joe Lydon just stands behind to play the ball, does a beautiful drop goal, something that I thought would have been done earlier in the match.
Well, I think Penrith side are a great side. They've won the Sydney competition.
And there it is, Andy Gregory receiving the Foster's World Club Challenge for the second time in Wigan's history, wearing the Penrith jerseys.